to On the Couch with Marcia M, the show where we talk about real issues with real people. Today, I'm speaking with my guests, Yvonne, Hector John, and Ileen Grant, and we're talking about the unexplained. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming here. Yvonne, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And Ileen, yeah. We're going to start with Ileen, I think, just finding out your story, that your life has changed dramatically, but it's for an unexplained reason.
Yeah.
So, what's happened?
December 2012, I suffered a stroke.
Okay.
I went to bed on the night as normal, woke up halfway during the night, needed to go to the bathroom, tried to get off the bed and I couldn't get off the bed.
Okay.
So I called my husband and asked him to help me to get up off the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Then he realised that, that advert on the TV that shows you when your face actually turns and that, and then he realised I had a stroke, so he dialed 999 straight away.
So he saw those symptoms,
those
those
signs,
fast, is it?
Yeah, those fast signs,
okay.
yeah. So he saw that, then he phoned the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
Ambulance came for me, rushed me to local hospital,
Okay.
where I was given, there's a drug that they can give to you to stop you having such a bad stroke.
Okay.
So I had that injection, I can't remember the name of it, but I had that, and for 3 whole days I can't remember nothing at all of my life from that experience. I just remembered that I was rushed to the ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember getting to the hospital.
Okay.
All I remember, waking up in the hospital bed. When I woke up in the hospital bed, I'm not thinking what's happened to me, because
Okay.
when you
just
wake
felt
up,
like you're waking up in the morning.
that's it, yeah.
Okay.
I just thought, oh, I'm not at home. I mean, I'm somewhere different. I knew I was somewhere different. So my first thing, I wanted to go to the bathroom again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying on the hospital bed, trying to get off the bed again.
Yeah.
Realising that my left side, I can't move it.
Right. So all of your left side.
All the left side's affected, yeah.
Okay.
The hand and the leg.
Okay.
So I then realised I was in a ward because there was other people on the beds.
Okay.
So I realised, and then the nurse came in and I said, I need to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to him, can you take me to the bathroom, not realising that I can't walk.
Right.
So I said, can you take me to the bathroom? He goes, I don't think you can get up to go to the bathroom. So that's when I realised that something had happened to me. Then going through all the indignities as you do, because you lose all your dignity of having to, having nurses give you bedpans and, all my shyness I had to.
So Ileen, you woke up that morning.
Yeah.
You didn't know, so the 3 days of straight after the stroke just blocked out.
Yeah.
So you woke up and you didn't really even know you'd had a stroke.
I didn't realise that my hand wasn't working, because I wasn't going to use it, was I? Because I just woke up and I wasn't going to use it, so I didn't realise.
And then you needed to go to the toilet, you had to do normal things.
Yeah.
So it was like a moment by moment realisation.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you thinking?
I don't even, Marcia, I can't even, can't comprehend it at the time. I just thought, oh, something's wrong, but I'll be all right. You know, as you do, you think life goes on, you think, oh, I'll be okay. Not until when as I said to you, the nurse came and tried to take me to the bathroom, and then he said to me, I don't think you can go to the bathroom, I think I'm going to have to bring you a bedpan. And then that's when I realised this is more than just something drastic's happened to me. And then,
what age were you when this happened?
I was 44 at the time. Yeah. And that's still quite young, because normally strokes are associated with people of older age.
Yeah.
And sometimes you've come to terms with these things and it happens to you. It's been completely life-changing for me, because I couldn't talk, even to my mouth had one side had numb and it dropped, and to talk, all dribble was coming out of my mouth and things. Can you imagine you waking up and you're seeing all these things and you're not realising, putting 2 and 2 together and thinking, oh yeah, this is what's happened to me.
Yeah.
I can't move my hand and I can't move my leg. But
wow, how frightening.
Very frightening. It was. Then I was in that hospital then for 2 months, where I went through all emotional turmoil, because I still hadn't come to terms with the fact that I couldn't walk.
Yes.
I don't know how it comes I couldn't come to the fact that I couldn't walk. I kept phoning my husband.
But then you've been able to walk all of your life.
Yeah. And I phoned my family members, and I was saying to them one night, I remember phoning them like 3 o'clock in the morning. I cried, emotional, I cried, I couldn't stop crying. I phoned them and I said to them, can you come and get me out of the hospital? My husband said to me, Ileen, you cannot walk, how do you expect to come home? I said, just get a taxi, you can throw me in a taxi.
I want to go home.
I want to go home, because that's all you want, isn't it?
So at that point, you were able to speak?
Yeah. This is about, so that's 4 weeks, say, after.
Did you have to have like therapy?
I had to have speech therapy, yeah.
Okay, wow. So you had speech therapy to enable you to be able to speak again?
Yeah.
So with your leg, because I mean...
No, that took longer. Okay. I had to go to rehab for the walking, learn how to walk again.
Wow.
That was amazing. That's a journey. That was 6 months I was in Wolverhampton for in rehab. I was on a ward where there was people who had been in car accidents, who had like their skulls all caved in and things, and I was on a ward with people like that. Can you imagine how I felt? It's the darkest days of my life, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy to go through what I've been through. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't wheel myself because with one hand, if you've got a manual wheelchair, you need to be able to use your 2 hands to actually move yourself. The nursing staff used to bring me down to have my breakfast and things in the morning to the dining area, and I used to have to sit there and wait till somebody felt sorry for me to wheel me back to my room.
Oh, no.
Those were the darkest days of my life, Marcia.
And you were there for 6 months?
I was there for 6 months, but I had to stay because I wanted to walk again. I wanted my life back.
Okay.
I wanted my independence.
Yeah. Do you have children?
I have. Yeah, I got kids and I got grandkids. So you know, my family being so supportive. I couldn't ask for a better family through all of this. You know, I want to inspire people because these things happen to you. It's like a bolt out of the blue, and you think, oh my God, how are you going to get through this?
Why did you have the stroke?
I personally think I was stressed.
Okay.
That's what I think for myself, but doctors, of course, they can't say that's what caused it, but I think that's what it was. I had pressures, personal pressures going on, and I think I wasn't a person who opened up and spoke about things that were happening in my life. Okay. I used to just keep everything internally, and that's not healthy to keep things internally. I know that now. Well, this happened to me. You have to talk. You know, in our community, we had this discussion, didn't we? We don't like to talk about things.
We were talking about that earlier as well, yeah.
We don't talk about things. We keep it all bottled up. Oh, we don't want so and so to know what's happening. You know, and I think that's what caused me, because I didn't open up and speak and say, well, this is happening, that is happening. I need support here. I need support there. Now I'm not afraid to hear anybody to hear anything. I'm not afraid to tell my story because I want to inspire somebody else, and I don't want nobody else to go through what I've been through. Because I've got to live with this for the rest of my life.
Wow. So you're saying it was probably stress
related, yeah.
But really, the doctors were saying they couldn't explain.
They couldn't explain it. No, I had an MRI scan, you know, to see, because normally it's a blood clot. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You didn't have that?
No, mine wasn't caused by that. They don't know what it was. We kept asking the questions. Family members kept asking the questions. They don't know.
So you can walk, and use of your hand, how is that?
It's limited.
Okay.
I can't lift anything with any weight on that hand. But you know, I've got my independence back. I'm able to drive.
Okay, brilliant.
You know, so that's my independence. It's all about independence. That's what it's all about. About nothing else. You know, choices. You can make choices for yourself. Nobody has to make a choice for you. I think I'm determined that I don't want nobody to make any choices for me. I'm doing what I want to do. If you don't like it, well, see you.
And the thing is, I mean,
that's how I am.
Power to you, really. I mean, the thing is, you've been through an experience where you were robbed of everything. Your dignity. You're totally dependent on other people, and step by step, you've had to rebuild. You know, bit by bit. That is amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
I'm a testimony to life that, you know, you can continue. Yeah. It's not the same quality, but you can continue, and it can be, and it's okay. It's okay. Even if you're ill, you're still okay. You can still get on with life. You can still do things. You can still achieve things.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. And then listen to another unexplained situation that again has brought great determination and a real passion and mission for you, Yvonne.
Yes.
So just share with us really your story.
So at 39 I got married. I suppose it was a huge surprise for me myself, because I never actually expected. I got to a point where I didn't think I'd get married, and I certainly didn't think I'd have children. So I'd met my husband at 38, we were married at 39, and in my first year of marriage, which I thought was absolutely fantastic, I decided actually I would like to try for a family. So we decided, we were quite blasé about it. We thought, let's just see what happens. And it took us on this crazy journey of trying to conceive a child. We tried for 3 years, and it was the most unromantic, unspontaneous time of my life.
Because you were just trying to have a baby.
It just becomes very calculated, and I'm
come
fertile
on,
now, let's go! Lie down, shut up, don't talk!
Yeah, okay.
And it was a very difficult time, because we started arguing about it, which is something I never would have imagined that would happen. And I also wondered why I couldn't get pregnant, because actually it should be easy, because actually the myth is you have sex, you get pregnant.
Right.
There you go. And you're told
and you
most of your life.
Of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And being a man, I thought I'd enjoy that.
Yeah. But that caused a problem.
It caused a lot of problems.
On demand.
Yeah. It did cause a lot of problems. So I decided to have fertility testing. So we had a year of fertility testing, which actually isn't a pleasant experience either. Again, it caused more anxieties, more arguing. You want to know what's going on, and you want to know why this isn't happening. And I remember in October 2014, at the end of my testing, that I sat in this consultant's office, and he just basically said to me, well, you have what we called as unexplained infertility. And I just looked at him.
There's no reason?
No reason. They could not pin it on anything. You should get pregnant, you're healthy, nothing wrong with your husband. Wow. We can't see anything wrong, so just go away and keep trying. Which, my heart sank. And I knew in my heart it wouldn't happen, but I just couldn't comprehend exactly what he's telling me. And I just remember walking out of that office and going home and just breaking down and crying. After that, I emotionally shut down. I went on this, what I now know as the start of my grief. I remember I didn't want to talk to my husband. I wouldn't talk to him for 2-3 weeks. He thought I was getting ready to leave him because I just couldn't communicate what was going on with me. I couldn't articulate that at all. I'd be around my friends. I have friends with young families. I was used to being around them. I mean, I spent 3 years watching this family, develop and starting to really want it for myself. And then I would be around them, and I just couldn't stay in the room. I'd be watching babies, I'd be watching the young children playing, and I'd just want to cry. I'd be on the bus, I want to cry. I'd be on the train, I want to cry. Somebody would tell me they're pregnant, I'd just go off and cry. And I just didn't understand what was happening. I really didn't get it. A friend of mine who's older and who'd been through it actually just said to me, well, it's because you're grieving. I found that hard to comprehend as well. Because I hadn't lost anything. But also in my 20s I had 2 terminations. So that in itself, because I suppose because of having to make those decisions at the time, I was then sitting in this place feeling like I didn't deserve to grieve. And it brought up a lot of emotions as well, because I mean, one of the things when I was told about unexplained infertility, it's like, well, it's got to be my fault. It has to be, because I have done this in the past. I was told it isn't.
Grief, guilt,
so many things.
So much pain, angst. Wow.
A whole heap of stuff.
What a weight of stuff.
And it all just hit me at the same time, because I didn't understand it, but it all just came up. Things you felt you dealt with in the past, or you'd let go and buried. No, they all came back.
Everything.
Absolutely.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2014.
Okay, so that's 2 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
In December 2014, I was introduced to Jodie Day and Gateway Women, and it's an organisation and a support group for women who are childless by circumstance.
Okay.
I joined a Plan B mentorship program in...
What's that?
So it's about...
Oh, Plan A is have children?
Yes. So it's about finding your Plan B, whatever that Plan B is. But it's finding a meaningful life without children, which is very difficult, because I know one of the things I was thinking was, well, what does this mean for me now? What does this mean for our marriage? Is our love enough? What will happen when we're older? So many questions came up. And you also think it's abnormal, because I never told anyone I was trying, because I didn't want to have the pressure of, well, has it happened yet? Has it? Yeah. Which I know other women who have been through. But then it's such a lonely place because it's not happening, and then you have no one to talk to about it. And then when you get to this place where you're just, this grief hits you, then you can't say anything anyway because you never told anyone in the first place, and then you don't even know what it is to explain it.
Yes. People, so that was a very lonely, isolated place to be.
Yeah.
And not even really your husband was.
No, he was. No, I did shut him out. I really shut him out, and I also felt because he wasn't really bothered about having children, and for me it all changed because of him. I resented him because it's like, well, why didn't this change as well? Why didn't you love me enough to want me to be the mother of your child? And it, you know, it was so irrational.
So then you were creating all of these different problems and issues because of that grief. And my understanding of the cycle of grief is going through anger and despair and depression, and there's a whole cycle. So I can hear the anger and the questioning and the everything.
There were so many things that I went through, and I've since, like, because a lot of people portray grief as a linear process, so you go through one stage or other, and it's not that at all. And it was explained to me as a spiral, and I saw myself as being in the middle of it. So you touch each part of it at different points. One day I'll be fine, another day I'll be angry. One day I'm fine, another day I'm just crying all the time. You know, and then trying to function normally, trying to be at work, it was so difficult.
So that's about loss. I was just connecting that to Ileen's story as well, that having the stroke, you know, you went through grief, losing the life that you had before.
It hasn't been easy, but you know, sometimes you think that only you think it's only physical, but it's not only physical, it's also mental. And it's taken me time, because time's a great healer, but it's taking you time to realise that it's not only about the walk, it's not about using my hand, it's also about upstairs, what's going on. You know. Because I went back to work, but that broke down. So now I'm just like starting up, doing things to fill my time, and I want to inspire other people who've had strokes, or it might be somebody who might be in a car accident, because the same sort of trauma that they go through. You know, the sense of loss.
So I can see that you're channeling your experience into helping others. And Yvonne, for yourself, you've written a book.
I have, yes.
Okay, what's your book about?
It's so it's called Dreaming of a Life Unlived. It's stories.
That title, Dreaming of a Life Unlived. Wow, that's really powerful.
Yeah, it was. I locked myself in a hotel room. Well, I don't, because I'm in the support group, and the women who have contributed to the story.
So it's an anthology of different stories?
It is. It's my story and 12 other women's stories that have been brought together. Basically charting our experiences, difficulties, joys with living without children. And I basically put it out to the group. I had some ideas. A lot of them were just pooed straight away, you know. But we brainstormed, and then through things that people had said to me and different kind of other titles, I pulled it together, and I thought I really liked Dreaming of a Life Unlived, and that's how it came about.
Wonderful. That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, ladies, you know, you've had unexplained circumstances, but it's what I can see is that you're finding ways to channel that, and also to help and support other people. Thank you so much. We've been listening to stories of unexplained, very challenging experiences, the challenge of not being able to have children, and also the challenge of experiencing a totally life-changing stroke. But these women, what they're doing is they're utilising this experience to inspire and support other women. Fantastic. On the Couch with Marcia M. What a fantastic show.